For mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
So my next fight is finally announced. I'm gonna fight Lucas Big Daddy Browne from Australia in Las Vegas, March 28th. It's gonna be live on Showtime, hopefully live on Swedish and international TV as well. We're working on that. Big Daddy, he's a veteran. He has 25 knockouts in 31 fights, so he's a dangerous guy. He's been world champion, but I feel like I'm younger, faster, I'm better. And I think that's going to make the difference and make me the winner on March 28th. But now, training is picking up. I'm going to be very serious, start sparring. So I'll be more than ready when March 28th comes.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him, actually he was crying in there. You're saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on?
BoxingVoice.com.
So you knew you had him by that time? Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
Beyonce Productions.
Making women gestures like,
Let's go, champ.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. Don't forget to use the hashtag TBV podcast, wherever hashtags are used. We're back with another morning edition. It is me and Michael Gross in Indiana, the boss. We'll be having Otto Wallin on the show to discuss his newly announced fight with Lucas Browne. Heavyweight division has been definitely jumping off in the last 2 years, and we want to stay all on top of it. You already know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation anywhere in the world. If you want to call in absolutely free, if you want to have crystal call quality, use Skype. Add Nestor Gibbs. Let me head on out to Indiana, get this thing started.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
With the skim, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss, 2 to stand over.
Turn up.
Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
And I'm in.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo. Good morning. Big ups to everybody out there in the TBV universe. Back with another one. And man, we got Otto Wallin live on the show in about a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, to be honest with you. He'll be fighting Lucas Browne this week, and hopefully we can pick his brain about the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder matchup that's coming down the line. But yeah, man, good morning to you, Ness. What's going on?
I'm good, man. A lot of good stuff to talk about today, so we're definitely going to be bringing you guys not only this show, but others. I got a prior engagement around noon, but after that, we'll be back to discuss some topics maybe you like, maybe you don't, but you know how it is over here. We try to give everybody a little bit of some flavor, right? The flavor that not everyone may like, but some people may like. But that being said, man, fuck you, Tariq. Yeah, man, let's talk some boxing.
Oh man, oh my God, yeah, man. Let's talk some boxing. Now, look, man, I'm not gonna sit here and be too hard on this fight because I know Otto Wallin coming off a long layoff. You know what I'm saying? He fought Fury, I believe, in like August or something like that, or maybe a little bit later of last year, and he's been out of the ring, but he's been getting a lot of praise from for his performance against Fury. A lot of people was not expecting that performance against Fury. So with this Lucas Browne fight, I'm looking at Lucas Browne like, man, I think he's honestly, you know what I'm saying, getting the bag while he still can. We seen him against Dylan White, got knocked out. We seen him against Dave Allen and got knocked out. And I think we can all rate Otto Wallin a little bit higher than Dave Allen. So hopefully it's a good good showcase for Otto Wallin against a good guy who has 25 knockouts, like you said. But I don't see Lucas Browne giving Otto Wallin much problems.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the case. And the point of this fight, right? Like, he showed us something in his last fight versus Fury, who was quote unquote the top three, elite, one of the best heavyweights in the world. And he made a great account of himself, but he did not get the win. So I think this fight is supposed to represent, look, my last performance was not a fluke. And I'm gonna demonstrate by taking care of this guy who, yeah, he's a dangerous puncher, but I'm younger, I'm faster, I'm fresher. And if you want to be considered with the bottom half of the top three, meaning 4, 5, 6, 7, well, then you need to do what Dillian White did to Lucas Browne. Follow in that suit. If you go 12 rounds with Lucas Browne, we're looking at you differently. Yeah, maybe you look good in the 12 rounds, but we are looking at you slightly differently. Like, okay, wait a minute. Didn't Dillian White just knocked this guy out flat? So I think this is a perfect fight for Ottawa because it shows, look, I am on that level that you see me versus Fury, and this is my barometer fight to show you. He's been in there with Ruslan Chagayev. He's been in there with Dillian White. He's got some names. Actually, he's on. Oh, no. Okay, because he said 646. All right.
Yeah. He's been in there with Chagayev, a fight in which he won, but we gotta also remember that that's a fight where he was ruled to have something in his system that wasn't supposed to be there.
Yes.
And after that fight, looking at the Dillian White fight, didn't look like the same guy against Chagayev. And even more so in the Dave Allen fight, definitely didn't look like the guy that he was against Chagayev. So I just wonder, does Otto Wallin's team have any worries that this guy is going to come in the proper way? And is there a backup plan just in case? You know what I'm saying? Lucas Browne does not.
By the proper way, are you saying are they going to be drug testing?
Yeah, absolutely. But if he doesn't, do they have a contingency plan in place to have a opponent for Wallin? And don't forget, man, Otto Wallin that had some bad luck in the ring. Like up until Fury, it was like his opponents couldn't make it to the ring. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, Ness.
Don't mean to interrupt, Mike, but we do have the guest of the hour, Otto Wallin, on the show. Just want to thank him first and foremost for coming on the program, taking out the time to talk some boxing with us. Very excited about your newly announced fight versus Lucas Browne. We were just discussing how this is a perfect barometer to show the world that you are on the level of the elite, which you showed in that Tyson Fury fight. And while you weren't able to get the win, like my co-host was saying, you've been getting a lot of praise. So blowing through Lucas Browne would definitely demonstrate that to the viewing public. But Mr. Wallin, thank you first and foremost for your time. How are you? Happy New Year. Talk to us.
Hey, guys. Thank you for having me.
You're very much welcome. How's it going, Mr. Wallin?
It's going well, thank you. I just woke up and getting ready for a new week of training.
Yes, sir. Let's jump right into training, since your trainer has made quite a name for himself. Teddy Atlas gave him some, vouched for him by saying, well, don't overlook Otto Wallin. He's trained by Joey Gamache. This is not going to be no pushover. And everybody's like, Joey Gamache, Otto Wallin, who are these guys? Sure enough, you went into the fight. You made a great account for yourself. You bust Fury up. And now all of a sudden we see Joey Gamache is training Teofimo Lopez, giving him some advice. Boom, he gets a big knockout. He's a world champion, and the two of you have kind of burst on the scene. So if you could just bring us back to that story. How'd you merge with him, and how has that union been for you?
When I first turned pro in 2013, I went to Germany because I had a German promoter. I started training there. I was there for about 6 months, but then I talked to them. I wanted to go somewhere else, and they had Joey in Denmark. So I went to Denmark, and I met with Joey, and we started training together, and we've been together since. It's a great match, and we get along very well, and he's taught me so much in and out the ring, and I'm truly appreciative of him. And I think that I wouldn't be here without him. So when we were in Denmark, we spent about 4 years together over there, and then he decided to move back to New York. So I follow him here, and now I got my base here, and I love New York. I live here now, and like I said, I wouldn't be here without Joey. So it's good that he gets credit too, because he's taken me under his wing. He brought me to New York, and everything. He's done so much for me. And Joey, he's a special guy, and he gets a lot of offers to train fighters, but he usually says no because he puts so much into it, and he wants to make sure it's the right fighter. And I'm very happy that he wants to train with me.
Looking at the Lucas Browne fight, what kind of challenges do you think Lucas Browne present to you? And was there any other opponents that made like the final 3 or final 4 before you guys chose Lucas Browne?
I think with the opponents, there was also Travis Kaufman. I think there was a few names being thrown in there, but I usually let Joey and my managers and promoter take care of that, and then we talk together and stuff. But Lucas Browne made a lot of sense for this fight. He's a veteran and he's a good puncher, so I think that's the biggest threat with him, that he's a big puncher. So I just gotta be smart in his fight, and I know that he's been knocked out before and to the body, and I'm a good body puncher, so of course I want to go there, but I want to be smart and make sure I don't get clipped.
Are you looking forward to making a statement or trying to surpass or equal Dillian Whyte's performance? Because when you think of Lucas Browne, I'm going to be honest, that's what you think of, is Dillian Whyte knocking him out with that left hook.
Yeah, I mean, I just gotta be myself. I gotta go in there and do what I do well and not think too much. But I think I have all the tools to do that and to take Lucas Browne out and beat him. And like you said before, that the Fury fight was good, and I showed that I belong on the top level. And now it's time for me to take that further and show that I want to be one of the guys that fights for the title.
Will there be any drug testing in this fight? Because we've seen Lucas Browne have his problems in the past with PEDs or things like that. So are you worried that he might go down that road again? And if so, do you guys have a plan in place to have another opponent?
I don't know with the opponent if you have another guy. We're working on getting the VADA testing, but I don't know how's it going. That's up to my promoter. They're working on that. So I hope we have that in place, because I know he's failed 2 drug tests in the past. But I mean, I don't wanna think too much about the PEDs, because if I start thinking about it, it would drive me crazy and it wouldn't make it any better for me. So I want my team to take care of that, and I just focus on myself and keep training.
Mr. Wallin, what do you think that Lucas brings to the table? Because you're giving Lucas his U.S. debut. A guy like Travis Kaufman, I don't want to say is more popular, but maybe he is to the U.S. public, and that's where you're fighting, in Las Vegas. What was the final decision in accepting the Lucas Browne fight in Australian and bringing him to the United States? Yeah.
I mean, from my end, I just think he's one good opponent, and there's other good opponents out there. Why they picked him, I'm not sure, but it's up to Showtime and to Salida, my promoter. That they have the final say on that.
I mean, I just feel like it puts a little bit of pressure.
We have to accept.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I feel like it
Yeah,
gives
yeah,
you a
no
little
problem.
bit of
Yeah.
pressure, right? The last two guys to fight Lucas have knocked him out. One with the left hook, one to the body. Where Travis Kaufman at least went 12-round decision with Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You don't think this one is a little more pressure because people may be expecting you to knock him out?
Yeah, there might be, but I don't try to think too much about that. I just want to, do what I do well, and I think that would be enough.
Do you have any worries that this fight won't make it in the ring? Because last year, let's be honest, you had the BJ Flores fight. That fight fell through, and then I remember a fight on Showtime where the guy quit in the first round. So, do you think that this fight would make it to proposed date in Vegas?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that was a crazy year last year. I had a lot of bad luck. With the BJ Flores fight, that was a crazy story. I mean, he had been shot with a BB gun in his head when he was a kid, so he still had the bullet, and the Washington State wouldn't let him do an MRI, and then, we couldn't fight because of that. And the other fight, we had a clash of heads, and it was a big cut on him, and I had a cut, and they stopped the fight. So that was just bad luck, and I think this year is going to be much better.
Now, was there any talks with possibly staying on ESPN, seeing that you did so good against Fury, or was the thought process always to go back to Showtime?
No, we had offers from ESPN and other guys as well, but we felt that the Showtime offer was the best one, so that's why we went with that.
That's good, man. We had Espinoza on, and we asked him about you. He's like, no, expect Otto on the show on Showtime, and soon enough, you guys announced the fight. So very happy for you. We definitely would like to see you active. So speaking of activity, what do you think is realistic? The traditional answer for a fighter is I want to fight as much as possible, but how many times do you think is realistic?
Yeah, I mean, being active is very important. And last year, before the Fury fight, I had only fought one round in 18 months. So because of those fights that were canceled and stuff, but the plan is now, and the deal is that I'm going to fight 3 times this year, hopefully more, but, everything has to go well, and I got to stay injury-free. So, I mean, at least I want to fight 3 times this year.
I know you're not looking past Lucas Browne, but what are some other names that might interest you if and when you're able to get past Lucas Browne?
There's so many guys out there. I gotta stay focused on this fight, but there's great fights out there, and I think me being with Showtime, that will make it easier to make fights with the PBC guys. Hopefully we can make deals with the other guys as well. So there's so many fights out there. It's a good time to be a heavyweight.
Do you think you're ready to be on the cusp? Because after Lucas Browne, there's only up from here, right? So, are you ready for that top 10, top 5 upper echelon of the division?
Yeah, I am, and I already showed that in my last fight against Fury. And like I said, before the Fury fight, I had only fought one round in 18 months. And who knows, if I had a couple more fights before Fury, maybe I would have won.
All right, well, Otto, I'm sorry, Mike, you got something? Okay.
I was going to tell him, thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate it, and best of luck to you against Lucas Browne, man. Really, really, hopefully that you make a statement against Lucas Browne.
Absolutely, but we're not quite done. We do
Thank
have
you.
some questions from the public. Every time we get a guest on, we let the public know that they will be on, and we allow them to ask you some questions. So the first one is coming from Steve in Chicago that asks, what are your plans for 2020?
Yeah, my plans are that first and foremost, take care of Lucas Browne, and then hopefully fight at least 2 times more this year, and position myself to fight for one of the titles.
I need a prediction from you. You know what I'm saying? Since we got you on, we got a big heavyweight
Let me
class
let me
coming up.
get through this, and we'll get
Okay.
to the Wilder Fury. If one of these patrons didn't ask the question, we got Arthur A, who asks, which sanctioning body route do you plan to take? And do you see Luis Ortiz as a potential opponent in the near future? See, that's a great question because we all know that Deontay Wilder makes it very clear that if a person fights and beats Ortiz, he would be willing to give that person a shot. What are your thoughts of Luis Ortiz, and is the time right for you to take on a Luis Ortiz in this new Showtime deal?
Yeah, I think that Luis Ortiz is a great fighter. He did a good job last time with Wilder, but then he got clipped, and that's why Wilder's so dangerous, because he can take you out with one punch. But Luis Ortiz is definitely one of the top guys, and I just want this fight, and I'm not looking past Lucas Browne, but I got to take care of that first, and then we move on from there.
All right, we got Jeffrey Rodriguez who says, what surprised you most about Fury in the ring? Thank you for messing up his eye with the cut. Now that the champ can finish taking that eye out. Oh, my God.
Yeah. What surprised me the most? I can't say that I was too surprised on anything because I've been following Fury for a long time, and we had a really good game plan that I felt was working. Maybe what surprised me a little bit was that he got close to me in the later stages of the fight. But I think that was more out of desperation because of the cut. Because after one time when the referee checked the cut and the doctor had a look at it, he came at me and then he kind of kept doing that. So maybe that surprised me, but nothing really else because we had a good game plan and we knew what we were in for. But with the cut, I want to say to Wilder that if he opens that up and he wins the fight, then he gotta give me something. He gotta pay me or give me a fight.
I love it. I love it. We got Mr. 704 who says, great fight against Fury. Where do you think you fit in with the top heavyweights? And what big name would you like next?
What name would I like next? I would like any of the champions. That's the biggest guys, and I always dreamt of fighting for the world heavyweight
out of all
title
the
and becoming the
champions,
heavyweight world champion.
Out of all the champions, which is only two, who do you think you can turn to your wife, your son, and say, no, I'm going to win this fight?
I think I can. Honestly, I think I can beat any of those guys, but it will never come easy. I mean, both Joshua and Wilder are good fighters, and they have a lot of power, so anything can happen. But I think I put in so much work over the years, and I trust my work, and I feel like I'm one of the top guys, and I think anybody can get beat, and it can happen at any time. So I'm gonna be ready for those guys.
All right.
We heard Dillian White bring your name up after the fight with Tyson Fury. Was there any thought in possibly giving Dillian White the fight that he was calling for?
Forget any thought. Did he send any offers?
I haven't heard anything about any offers.
Exactly. He does a lot of social media fighting, but never offers. Now, I can't say that. They sent Andy some pretty nice offers to Andy Ruiz that Ruiz did not accept, man. I was a bit disappointed. He wanted a little more time. I think he wanted to fight in June instead of April, but we got some more for you from Dual Ingram says, does Fury have pillow fists?
If he has what?
Pillow for fist. Like, is he a light puncher like people like to say? Because Wilder calls him pillow. Wilder says he has pillows for fists. So you've been in the ring with him. Did you feel his power? Does he have respectable power?
Yeah, I mean, Fury is a big guy, and what is it, like 250 pounds? We'll see how much he comes in for this fight. But, he's a big guy, and anything can happen. So if he hits you in the right spot, of course, you can get knocked out. And I think that Fury hurt Wilder a few times in the first fight, to be honest. But I was never hurt in there. And, I mean, Fury, he's a great boxer. He's not known as a puncher, and that's not his style. So, but he's a great boxer.
Definitely. We have Mr. Sims that says, "Man, I love the way you fought Fury. Are you willing to? No, are you will? What the hell, man? I love the way you fought Fury. And will you be Swedish's 100 and I have no clue what he's putting here. Sorry, I have to screen these, I guess. Something about a 168-pound champ. Is there a Swedish 168-pound champ on your card, or can you put a 168-pound Swedish champ on your card that we don't know of?
I don't know. I don't really.
Me neither.
I don't understand, but I'm not the main event for this card, and I'm not the promoter, so I'm not sure what I can do.
All right, I don't know what's.
Whoa! You're not the main event?
I'm not the main event. That's I believe it is. Who is it? Louis Neri and some other guy.
All right.
Louis Neri. Oh man, well, you got to knock this guy out. You got to knock Lucas Browne out. No more. They can't put no little guy on the main event when they got the big guy. Come on.
Yeah.
Make a statement,
Yeah, come
champ.
on, man. I don't know.
Make a statement, champ. All right, we got another one from the UK. Big Nick says, being a 6'5" southpaw, is that what makes you potentially so difficult for all the top 10 fighters? And did sparring AJ in the past give you the confidence to know you are a top 15, top 20 fighter? And how did you find your spars with AJ? Man, that was 3 questions in one. Big Nick, stop being slick. But anyway, there you go.
Yeah, I try to remember. Yeah, we being a 6'5" southpaw, of course, that's one of my good traits. I'm a natural southpaw. My dad was a southpaw, and I think I know pretty well how to fight like a southpaw, and I think I do that well. But I got good tools. I got a good trainer. I got good basics, good defense, good offense, and I'm smart in there. There's a lot of things you got to know about the pro game, and Joey has taught me all of those. And then AJ, yeah, we had great sparring. I was there for quite a while sparring him, and Joshua is a nice guy, good fighter, and I learned a lot, and it was a great experience to be in there with him for so long, so much.
All right, just a few more. We got Matt says, will you be picking fights with any nightclub bouncers in Dorman as preparation for this fight to accurately replace Big Daddy Browne? Jesus. That's because Browne started as a bouncer. Some of these guys are disrespectful. There you go. They don't respect getting in that ring, Otto. I spar, so I know that what you do is serious. But these are some of the questions from the people. You choose not to answer whichever ones you don't want.
Yeah, when people are being disrespectful, it's like, come on, man, you haven't been in there. You're not putting yourself out there. And I think most of the time, these guys don't know what they're talking about. I mean, they've never been in there. Maybe they have, but they weren't successful. And they got limits in their brains. And they think that just because they can't do it, you can't do it. And, it's crazy. I don't know what they're talking about because they don't even know what they're talking about. It's people. It's so easy today to be negative and to bash on fighters, but they have no idea what we go through, and they couldn't do it.
Absolutely. Thanks to one of our helpers here, they cleared up the last question. It was meant to be speaking of the woman 168-pound champ from Sweden, Sedarus. And will she be on the card?
Okay. Not that I know of, but she had a great performance with Alicia Napoleon. I didn't know her that much. I heard her name before because she's Swedish, but I never seen her fight. And she did well. She boxed well and dropped her, and she did very, very good for herself. But I'm not the promoter, so I can't promise anything. But it would be nice to see her on the card for sure.
Absolutely, man. Sedaroos can fight. She really impressed me against Napoleon, and she was a big underdog too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have another one coming from the UK, Coyote, who says, "Can Fury knock out Wilder in your opinion? Also, when you sparred AJ, what was it like?"
I think that, yes, he can knock out Wilder. Like I said, I felt that he hurt him a few times in the first fight, and he's a big enough guy to knock anybody out. But that's not really his style. So I think he's going to be a boxer like he usually is, and he likes to say that he's going to knock everybody out. But then when the fight starts, it's a little different because that's just who he is. He's a good boxer, and I think that's what he's going to do. And with Joshua, he's a good fighter. We had a lot of good sparring, and he's a professional all the way, and we had a lot of good work together.
All right.
Do you think Fury will like try and go for the knockout and maybe try to put some of that pressure that he put on Wilder in this upcoming fight? Because we seen him once he went to that pressure against you, the fight wasn't as easy for you as it was earlier, like when you cut him and things like that.
Yeah, I think he can do that. If he's gonna do it, I don't know, but Wilder Fury's gonna outweigh Wilder a lot. Let's say that Fury comes in at 260 or 270, whatever he says, and then Wilder comes in at like 210. Then he's gonna outweigh him a lot. So I think that Fury can do that. He can either fight boxing like he did last time and outbox him and just try not to get clipped, but also he can go and take it to Wilder and stay close to him and smother him and take his power away that way and use his weight. So it's going to be very interesting to see this rematch.
Definitely. The last one from the people coming from Messiah says, "Good morning, TBV. Ask Ottawa, did he rake Fury's eye on purpose? And does he think Fury hits hard?" You've answered the second half, so were you raking that eye on purpose, trying to get that win?
That's, I was just caught up in it, and it's a fight, and I'm not in the ring to make friends. I'm trying to do what I can to win, and my glove might have come up there, in the side, but that's, it's a fight, and
beautiful answer. Beautiful answer. Beautiful, because it's the truth, man. A fight is a fight, and that isn't your friend. That's your opponent. After the fight, you guys can hug and talk it out. But listen, we love the way you fought, man. You showed some dog, man. You showed some true dog, and we're very excited to have you back on television. We're very happy that Steven Espinoza was able to hammer out a deal with you and your promoter because you deserve television, man. Hopefully you continue to impress people the way that you did in that Fury fight and even more. I want to thank you once again for your time. If you have any social media, you could give it out at this time. Those are all our questions from myself and our patrons. I don't know if my co-host may have one or two last anything, Mike, or are we done?
Man, best of wishes to you, man. And I love the fact that you went for Fury Eye in that fight. I know it's the PC answer to say, hey, man, I was caught up in the moment. But, bro, when you went up for that left hand, I was like, yeah, I like that Otto Wallin, man. A little nasty, you know what I'm saying? A little nastiness never hurt anybody.
Nah, man, it helps sell the fight too, man. Listen, no one... fighters, we understand you have to be respectable because of the world we live in, but you're still a fighter, and in that ring, you're allowed to show that and demonstrate that, and you did. So we're definitely interested. So you cannot wait for this fight. Once again, it is March 28th, and it will be live on Showtime. So thank you once again, Mr. Wallin. Any social media?
Yeah, it's my name, Otto Wallin, as I say. So it's just my name, and I'm all over the place. And thank you very much for having me. And I want to thank all the supporters. I've been getting great support since the Fury fight. I'm very happy about that. So thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a good day. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Otto Wallin, or is it Wallin, right? It sounds like it's pronounced with a V.
Yeah, Wallin.
Okay,
But big ups
Wallin.
to Doomie too, man, because we made fun of Doomie for that Joey Gamache shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
you
Yes, he
know,
was spot on. He
he
knew
was
what he
spot
was
on.
talking about. Him
Spot
and
on.
Teddy though, him and Teddy can't deny that Teddy told the world that not to overlook this particular fighter, and he was right. He was right. Good fight, man. Good fight, and very excited for him to make it back on
But if
television.
you Wallin though, you got to go out there and you got to put the beat
A lot of
down
pressure. A lot of
on
pressure
Lucas Browne.
is what I said. It's a lot of pressure because, listen to how much pressure it is that people are really not understanding, right? You got a high level guy like Dillian White that stopped him, dramatic stoppage. Then you got a, bottom guy, right? Like he's the bottom, 10, right? He's like 10 through 20, David Allen is, and he stopped him. So there's all types of pressure. There's all types of pressure. There's no middle because the bottom excelled. So there's no middle ground. Like all you can do is get a stoppage. And maybe him and his team don't look at it like that, but I think it's like that, Because, when you think of Dave Allen, what do you think of?
I think of my guy from Jamaica, Leroy Thomas.
Leroy, okay.
Every time I think about Dave Allen, I think about Leroy.
Okay. But I meant more like, what do you consider him?
He British level. He's a British guy that can bring the fans out, but other than that, he can't get past Leroy Thomas. You can't get past the guy with the glass chin and David Price. Then it's gonna be tough to, really classify you as an elite level. Like you British level.
Well, there you go. And
you
look,
elite British level.
And look, it's not like you and I haven't been down that road where we say that don't judge his last performance, yada, yada, yada. And maybe Lucas Browne has a full training camp and comes back, fights the heart of his life, the fight of his life. But, that's going to be bad for Otto. Otto needs to do his thing. For real. Let's go out to these callers. We're going to open up the phone lines. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget to add Nesta Gibbs on Skype. We're going to do, some quick calls, too, because we do have some other things planned that we want to get to. So, yeah, let's do it. Pretty good interview, man. Pretty good interview. If you're watching this, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Shout out to all our patrons that ask questions. Messiah, Ghetto Matt, Coyote, Big Nick, Mr. Sims, Dual Ingram, Mr. 704, Jeffrey Rodriguez, Steven Chicago, and Arthur A. Appreciate your support and appreciate the help on the interview.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
All right. Who do we got up first?
Yeah, big ups to Otto Wallin. That was a good interview. He had a little bit more personality.
Yes, great answers and made me more interested in him. Like, he just said the right things, and none of it was, like you said, the politically correct things. It was the right things, the right boxing answers for boxing fans, and I appreciated that. We're going to go to Mr. 3-time, CYP. Buenos dias over there in California. How are you? What's that weather looking like? CYP, sleepy time. Going once, twice. Israel Weber, Kansas. Israel, is it Kansas City? I be telling people you from Kansas, man. I have no clue.
Hey, Chris Weber from Kansas. No, it's Israel Weber, Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma.
What up, Israel?
What up, Mike?
I know. I fucked everything up. I used to call you Chris Weber. Now I'm finally calling you Israel, but I'm just saying you from Kansas. Oh man, Oklahoma City. We got you. Talk to us, brother. Good morning.
Good morning. We're close. Thanks for the interview, Nez. I am just listening. Keep going.
I was finna say, are you from Oklahoma City? Because I didn't hear that.
Didn't he just say that?
I thought you said Oklahoma.
Oh shit.
No, I work I'm in Oklahoma City right now. In fact, I live about Oh yeah, thank you, Mike.
All right. Well, let's go to Boomerang in Baltimore.
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Yes, sir. You know what? Good interview, man. It was smooth. It was pure. I like that. You like you're having just a conversation. You actually raised my spirits when I heard about Joey Camacho, man, because he was a slick, tough guy back in the day, but Gotti ruined him. Gotti destroyed him. But I'm happy he's doing well in life, man. I really am. But now back to the conversation you had with Otto Wallin. Actually, him fighting White would be a step back for White, so I don't ever see that fight happening. And question for you. Would you celebrate a fighter who punches someone low? Or, would you celebrate that fighter?
I mean, there's
Yes or no?
there's no context in that, bro. I really need context because
Okay.
Galata
What I'm
punched
saying-
low. I
what I'm
think
saying-
Lucas punched low too.
Earl?
What I'm saying is, if you're going to give the man credit for going after the eye, which is really a dirty tactic, but is it's a part of the sport,
that. Hold on,
then
Twin. How's the eye?
then you're going to celebrate.
Whoa. No, don't take him off now.
No, bro, you heard me say.
You're right.
You heard me say that we got to do a drive-by. I gave him more than a minute, but I wanted to keep everyone to a minute because I want to come back immediately with the next show.
But he acting like.
And he got a boomerang.
Yeah, like when somebody get punched in the eye and shit starts swelling, people ain't for that shit, bro. Like,
No,
come
but
on,
he doesn't know the rules of boxing. Look, if you're cut, there's nothing in the rules of boxing say you can't attack that eye.
Exactly.
It's totally different from a foul. That's not considered a foul. That's just bottom line. The Queensberry rules don't say that that in your clinch. Anyway, you can't write that because in a clinch, bro, if we raked, if I rubbed against, we rub. I mean, it's not purpose. You can't prove that. You can't prove it. No matter how it visually looks, you can't prove it. Like, if you got a cut, that's just your own problem.
And one last thing, a cut shows up. Low blows are always gonna be there. You can low blow a nigga from the first round. The cut ain't gonna come out until you as the opponent make him bleed. You know what I'm saying? But low blows are a cheap way to get out of the fight.
Yeah, it's just like I remember people was like, "Oh man, well Danny would have beat Lucas if it wasn't for that eye." I was like, bro, he punched him in the eye. He caused his eye to swell up like that and make the fight. It's no different than Angulo. It's like, oh man, Laura was getting his ass kicked till he got hit in the eye. Bro, he did that. But then they turn around and give credit to Gennady. He broke his orbital bone, you know what I'm saying? Earl broke his orbital bone. It's like, oh, Manny Pacquiao broke Margarito orbital bone. People choose when someone broke it or when that injury is some sort of hindrance and handicap. But anyway, Ringer, Steve in Chicago.
What up, Steve? SG.
Yeah, hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say. What do you guys think his route's going to be now that he's kind of sounds like he's taking the PBC route? If he wins this fight, who do you think he'll fight next?
I mean, I'm looking at the rankings. Let me just screen share
Chris Arreola?
Chris Arreola? I don't know.
And that's like the next step up, right? At the Lucas Browne kind of type, like Chris Arreola, Chris Kaufman.
I'm just trying to see where he's at. Where's he ranked the highest? Did they take him off the rankings, bro? I don't even see him. Holy shit, that's crazy. What the? Is this serious? Bruh, I don't.
Hey, did he say?
He's 15.
Did he say?
He's 15 in the IBF, and that looks like the only one he's in. So yeah, he's going that route, champ. Damn.
So did he say how many fights he's got with them? Or I didn't hear.
Sounds like he sounds like he got a 3-fight deal. He said, he said something about the deal or the contract is for 3 fights. So I'm definitely gonna get 3 fights, but I would like to get more. Something like that. I'll paraphrase that one.
Okay.
Wow. So to see how these motherfuckers is, and then y'all want people to respect some of these sanctions about how he fight in the WBO a couple months ago, and now he's not top 15? You telling me Frank Suarez belongs above Otto Wallin for doing nothing?
Go, man. And then he back with Otto.
Tom Schwartz loses in worse fashion, and he's ranked above because Wallin ain't even there, and Schwartz is 13.
Schwartz got a victory though. He got a victory after that loss
in his home country. Come on, man. Anthony Yarr got a victory in Madrid, bruh. Come on, man. Listen.
That's why I don't pay too much attention to those sanctioning bodies.
Yeah, but
we know what that's all about.
But that was the question of the Patreon, and that's the route. That's the route. Like need a
sanctioning body. You know what that's about, right? You know what you learned that when you went down to Cancun.
Yeah, it's about leverage, man, and relationships, you know, and support. It's support. Listen, it's no different than what we do, right? You're a ringer, so you go first. So the WBC and the IBF are like, bro, I'm in Tokyo and I'm trying to build my brand. Where are you? Oh, you're here in Tokyo helping me support. Okay, what you said you needed? Oh, you not in Tokyo. Oh, and you need my help. Man, get the fuck out of here. I understand. It's business. But Steve, thanks for calling in. We got Ringer.
Hey, brother. Every time I look at this shit, man, I got to give a big shout out to Manuel Char and Fred Oquendo and Trevor
They
Browne.
don't move.
That motherfuckers ain't falling.
But that's.
I ain't seen these guys fight since I've been on the show.
Michael, isn't that the obvious sign of corruption?
Yes.
When the regular champion. Anthony Joshua has been champion for how many years? And Wilder's been champion for how many years? But this regular Manuel Char, a.k.a. Mahmoud Char, has never fought. We've been doing this show for all these years. Only thing we've been able to report on him in the last 36 months was that he tested positive and that his B sample was retested and he was not dirty. As far as Fred Oquendo, all we've been able to report on him is that he turned down a Big Baby Miller fight for $500,000. And then I seen him at the WBC convention shadowboxing and trying to get a shot in the WBC. And what we know about Trevor Browne is absolutely nothing. Nothing. We don't even know how he looks. But those dudes have remained number 1 for Trevor Browne, number 15 for Fred Oquendo since Shannon Briggs was actively still trying to fight. Okay? And Manuel Char there since Anthony Joshua won his first title. Fucking WBA are wretched, bro. They're it's insane. It's insane how obvious they are with what they're doing. The amount of titles alone per division shows the amount of disrespect to the fans and the sport. I mean, it's just obvious, bro. It's just obvious. Like, if you, that's why I don't even understand why these fighters is doing this shit. Why they acting like, yo, I'm gonna fight for the WBA? Like, why, bro? Why? You got 7 champions. Like, is fucking Pacquiao the champ? Is it Alexander Busbutin? Is it Yordani Ulgas? Is it Virgil Ortiz? Like, that's just the one welterweight division, man. Get out of here, bro. Clown shit over there, man. And I got his number, man. But I don't even know how to do that interview, bro, because I know he's not going to have answers. What could he possibly say for having 40-something titles per division or 40-something titles in like 17 divisions, whatever the number is that World Boxing News did the math on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Those dudes, they're real bad. Let's go to Ringer in the UK.
Sing along if you know the words. Come on.
Yo, Ness, you gotta put some respect on my name, you know. I'm no longer a ringer, you know. I'm a boomerang now.
Oh, you stepped up. You're right. I did notice that notification, champ. No doubt. Boomerang status.
Yeah.
Thank you for the continued support, champ. Thank you for the continued support. We see the hatred in
No
your
worries,
questions,
man.
though. We see your hatred. So you wanted to know can Fury knock out Wilder? He said
Oh.
yeah. He said yeah. Were you happy?
No, I said, can he knock out Wilder? How is that hatred? You see, this is what you found Wilder fan girls do. Someone asks an objective question, you call it hatred. Come on, man.
It's not about there's no
upgrade,
objection. There's no subjection in your question, but like you only ask things like that, but it's cool because we ask the same. Like, you know, the Wilder fans will ask questions about AJ. No, look, and I love it, bro. I love it. I love that you bring in that, you know, that angle. But let's be real. Let's be real. But let's be real. Man, I know you're on speak over there or shit too for sure. But let's be real. You didn't start doing that until CYP started doing that. That pissed y'all off. So at the end of the day, we still winning. CYP's American and he made y'all. Don't lie. When he started asking, is Anthony Joshua a legend? That shit infuriated you guys, and you finally came out the woodworks to ask questions, and your questions became slightly objective questions about Wilder all of a sudden. It's cool though. I love to witness it. I just sit back and look at it.
Listen. We're just waiting. Listen, to be honest, like I said, I don't really care if Wilder Fury gets knocked out. I just want one of them to get knocked out. That's it. So if Fury is able to knock Wilder out, that's cool. If Wilder knocks out Fury, you know, just one of those two bombs.
Bro, you know what's happening, bro. Listen, you know what's happening. Just tune in February 22nd. Rain, sleet, snow, shine, sick or not, fever, not fever. We're going to be here doing the live show the same way we did the live show for the first fight. I'm going to be calling it live. This return, yo, I see the comments sometimes. People like, yo, the Boxing Voice doesn't dare do their scorecards. Like, bro, we got it out there for over a year live. It's there. We can't erase that. And we'll be back. It's February 22nd. And we'll see who's the number one heavyweight in the world. And then we will again turn our attentions to the irrelevant man and try to make a fight. All right? I'm going to get back to you because you're a boomerang now. I got to get back to you. We're going out to New Orleans.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. Come on. That was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'll kill this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
What's up, Mike? What's up, Ness?
What up?
Yeah, just came in on. I'm in the gym right now, so I'm out of breath. But I just wanted to touch up on that topic with the fighter said he was trying to be modest, like he wasn't trying to go for the eye. But any fighter knows you're in a fight, and I cut somebody, I'm going directly for the eye to get that fighter out of it. So he was just trying to give you the PG-13 on him. I'm safe. He's not going for it directly. But good interview. Shout out to PBB. That's my call.
JT over there pumping iron. I hear them weights. What do we got? Michael, talk to me.
Hello, guys.
What up?
Good interview. You know, look, if you boxed, you have to understand you're supposed to go for the cut. What are you talking about? What's everyone talking about? Like it's free game. It's not like, you know, you're playing tennis or something. You're supposed to go for it. So it's not dirty. It's actually what you're supposed to do. Good fight with Lucas Browne. I hope he steps up this competition next. Maybe fights attack him. Side question is, when you were down in Alabama asking those questions to Jay Diaz, did you ask all the questions? Because I saw the video and it just like cut off. And I had a question asked and it didn't get asked. With Jay.
Did I put
out? Did you ask all the questions?
Did I put out the Patreon video?
Yeah, you put out the Patreon video and it seemed like it caught off at the end. I had a question that I put out. I'm a Patreon. And I didn't see it get answered or even asked.
Maybe you didn't make the cut in terms of the time I did the interview, because the time I posted the interview is obviously not the time that I done the interview. I had to go to the gym, do the interview, go back to the hotel, edit it, put it up. I'll double check, but yeah, maybe you didn't make the cut, man. Okay. That's all I can say is a first come. Did you hear a question before and after yours where yours should have been? Because that's the order.
I went through the whole video. I didn't see my question asked.
No. What I'm saying is the order in which you put it in Patreon is the order in which I say it. So if you heard hypothetically Mike and his question and you knew you were next and I didn't ask yours and I went to someone else, it's only two things that are possible. Either your question is exactly like someone else's and said interviewee already answered that question, or it wasn't there in the time of the interview.
I'll have to check it out. I mean, I posted the question as soon as I got the email from you guys, but I'll check that part out. Last thing, really quick, before I let you guys got to check out that interview on BT Sports with David Hay and John Fury. Crazy ass interview, man, and I hope you guys bring that up as a topic. John Fury.
But don't that got Paulie in it too?
Yeah, Paulie.
Yeah, I haven't been able to watch it. I'll probably watch it this afternoon.
All right, man. That's my call. Check it out.
All right. Peace. CYP, what up? Good morning.
What up? Yeah, man. I thought y'all didn't have no show this morning. So I wasn't even listening.
I know I messed up. It's a 12 o'clock appointment.
Yeah, then I got the call. I was like, oh, shit. So I didn't hear nothing. I heard a little bit of Wallin, but that's it. Get my workout in like JT. But, JT ain't doing what I'm doing in the gym. I'm just playing, JT. I'm just playing with you, JT. I love you. Oh, yeah. And good thing calling out Coyote for his bullshit. Like we all know, CYP a trendsetter to go-getter. They more like stalkers in bed with us. But one day they'll get with us. It's all good. But I want to tell y'all good job and shit. I ain't got much to say. Woo! Handle your business today. TBV, CYP, we in this bitch. I'm out.
7 Cali, just listening. All right, we're going to.
Yeah, man, John Fury is funny, bro. Like, that dude, boy, he fighting y'all, didn't.
I wish he could get a visa. That's crazy that even as a work visa, you can't get in this country.
All right, he couldn't even get a work visa?
I mean, that's always the thing, that he has a record, so he can never come over here.
I thought he was like trying to get like a vacation visa, so I didn't know it was a work visa.
I mean, why would you do a vacation visa?
I remember you saying it, like, because I remember you saying it on this show, like, nigga, why would you get a vacation visa when you just get a work visa?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get why would you ask for a vacation when you're not vacationing. Now, if you're gonna come just watch the fight for your son, you can still do that. Like, just because you're a criminal don't mean you can't apply for shit and have that reassessed.
But I think with violent crimes, it's tough to like travel and shit.
Yeah, but this is a special case too, though. Your son is some sort of champion,
and maybe they like, what if your son get beat and you go on like one of these tirades again? Like,
I highly doubt that they applied. I'm being honest. I highly doubt they applied for either a work. Because even Canada lets you in their country with a record if you apply for a work visa. You can apply. You can apply. You know what I mean? And they do reassessments in Canada, like right at the border. If you want to be, Gusto, he could go to Canada and right on the spot they assess him. But that would not be good unless he got.
Tell me why I'm watching Joe Rogan, right? This dude, like this Mexican like LPI agent or something like that. He always goes down and does work in Mexico. He's like, man, people ain't even gonna walk across the border no more. They just fly to Canada and walk to the USA.
Yeah, man. I mean, but it ain't that simple. Listen, Canada is very strict. I know friends. My friend was Portuguese. You know what I'm saying? And he was heavy in the cars, man. I came up in that Fast and the Furious era, so people was swapping motors. And he was one of them geniuses under the hood, Portuguese kid, but a lot of stolen parts. And eventually he got caught up. His garage got ran down. Boop, deported. whole family from Canada. He can't even get in his own country.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand that shit. That like, bro, like, if you can make it somewhere, bro, like, nigga, let them be a citizen. Like, for real. Like, I don't get it. Like, motherfuckers like, oh, you can't be here because you something.
I forgot who I was talking to the other day. Oh, I was talking to Roberto Alonso, the Cuban, and he was explaining it to me because I thought I knew about Cuban law because I got a lot of Cuban friends. One of my best friends is Cuban, but man, he explained the political asylum and all that stuff a lot differently from his perspective. And, you know, we're talking about not allowing criminals back in. Well, Cuba did that. They released their criminals into America, and then America eventually sent some of them back, but some of them was not allowed to come back. Like, you can't, some Cubans can't get deported. You know what I mean? I personally know people that go to jail, immigration, picks them up, then they got to do like 90 days in an immigration, and then they release. Unlike a Mexican who will get deported. Some Cubans can't go back over there for whatever weird laws. But anyway, that went down some other way.
Yeah, man. Shit happens. No
History Channel. We're going out to. I had them all queued up.
Man, bro, I was so.
You got any excuses tonight, Roy? Let's not ask questions like that. Let's touch gloves. Let's go to work.
Yo, what up? Can y'all hear me?
What up?
Good morning. Welcome back, Ness. Good morning, Mike. Good interview, man. I always say this after most of these interviews y'all do, man. These fighters really, they got to understand they got to do more interviews like that because for a fan like me, man, I feel like I get to know them better. Like, I ain't know nothing about, Otto Wallin until, y'all do the little interview and you see he's a pretty cool dude. It was a nice interview. So, stuff like that, man, I love it as a fan, and I wish fighters would do more of it, man. But yeah, that was about it, man. Just good interview, y'all. Appreciate it.
All right. Majid, Florida.
Man, this man right here, boy, this man told me, bro, his name ain't even Majid, man. He said you could just gave him a name.
No fucking way.
That's for the guy.
He lying.
What a guy. He said, bro, that ain't even my real name. She rolled with it because Ness said it's my name now.
He lying, man. Yeah, I got his number. I'm about to pull up his number. Huh? Yo, I don't even know what to call him now. Yo,
Majid.
It's S-I-D.
Yeah, but that's your name on your Skype. When you used to call in from, look at these numbers. You telling me 407-580? You don't remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yep.
What about,
that's the 407.
All right, what about this one? 407-613.
Yep, that's my number now. Yep.
And what about 407-668?
That's my other one, yep.
Hey, yo, you told me your name was Majid when you called on the phone. So what is I'm gonna change it. What's your name?
My name said Brown, but I'm like, when you heard me, you said Majid twice, so I'm like, all right, fuck it, yeah. You know what I'm
but it's been too long. How you ain't gonna correct me, my man?
That's how I am. My name, whatever people say it is after that. Some people think my name's Sid. I'll be that, dog.
Yo,
but yeah,
chill.
Man.
We want to call you by what you are, man.
Hey, man, I don't know. Y'all gave me a nice little name. I done put it down and everything on YouTube.
You want to change
it? I changed them all. It's Sid now. I'm going with that.
All right. But yeah, man, shit. I done forgot the topics, but I like that Otto Wallin called and we got to hear more. I love those interviews and everything. And then I heard Mike say something about, just go to Canada and you could just walk right through or whatever. Nah, I got pulled over traveling from Michigan to New York. And
Man, they searched my car, like Canada. They searched my car like a motherfucker. They kicked me out because I ain't had nothing to get across the.
I'm talking about walk through the woods, my nigga. I ain't talking about like walk through the motherfucking
Yeah.
down the
No,
street.
but even that though, I mean, you don't remember that movie that was on Netflix with the white kid that was doing it?
With that weed.
Yeah. Even he got caught eventually, bro. Like, listen,
that nigga trips though.
But listen, Mike, that's no different than coming across the border in Mexico. People walk across that border too, but they also get caught.
But they building a wall, like nigga, ain't no wall.
Bro, they don't give a fuck about that wall. They got tunnels, man. That shit eventually gonna cave with all the tunnels they said
all
they got.
I'm saying is, from Canada to U.S., nigga, it's green grass. You
Nah,
ain't
you
got
right.
no
You
walls,
right.
no tunnels, no nothing.
And they got horses though. They on horses out there, man. Don't let them dudes with them weird hats run up on you.
With the biggest guns too, so man, and then I got treated worse when I made it back to America. So woo-wee, be ready if y'all do it. But everybody like the videos, and that's all I got, man.
They call me Ness the name butcherer. You ain't lying, but listen, you guys gotta make it your thing to like tell me your name, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like my ears probably going out.
Speaking of Netflix, boy, they got another one called Key House or some shit like that. That shit hard.
I don't know what that one is. Yeah, so Doomy went through the border, man. He got in and out with no issues, but
Canada border?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He went in, but not recently. He went before when,
Yeah. Canada always been strict though. Like they always been strict.
No, hell yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I can't remember who else told me. I either watched a YouTube video of 4 white kids or I know a white kid that told me a story about him and 4 friends. But yeah, they just went in and immediately was pulled over. They knew they couldn't go in, right? Because they ain't had their passports.
My nigga, I love it how it's like one reality or the other one. I watched the video or I know a motherfucker. It's one or the other.
No, because listen, I talk to so many. Yo, listen, my girl's a special person to deal with me. My phone don't stop. And I got to be one of those dudes with a silent phone too, because if not, it won't stop. And I mean, it won't stop. So yeah, man, I know people from all over, and it just, we get to talking. But anyway, we getting to talking. Untitled for your ass. Who we got next? We going to Trey. You talking today?
What up, Trey?
What up, y'all? What up? Hey, I wanted to say something about that visa thing, right? So we could go stay in the UK for 90 days without a visa.
You breaking up. You breaking up heavy.
You work, but if he just want,
you can't hear him.
That's just good.
Yeah, we cannot hear you.
The Queen ain't playing that shit. Don't talk bad about the UK right now.
No, I think she was actually trying to talk good, meaning that we could go over there, but they can't come over here. Because Martin Murray couldn't come over here either.
Yeah, that's true.
And I used to fuck with Martin
Billy Joe
Murray.
Saunders had problems to like the week of.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right about that. At least he made it though. He good. He made it. Trey, let's try you again.
Yeah. All right, can you hear me now?
Okay, Connor. Guess not. Nope.
Hello?
Nah,
Hey.
nah, it ain't working. We got this is Josh. Josh in North Carolina. About to call you Mr. 704.
What up, TVV? Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. Hey, Ness, when you dropping that interview with Wilder, man?
Oh, man, probably today. Yo, we finished so late yesterday. I couldn't even do. Come on, we finished at 11:40. We gave you an hour and a half, an hour and 40 extra than we know. Like, I just ain't had the energy. Then I had to wake up to do this. So I still ain't get to it, man.
Well, I'm glad y'all stayed on for 4 hours. I can listen to y'all all day. But yeah, man. Hey, that was a good interview with Wiley, man. Hey, man. After this fight, because I think he's gonna floor up Lucas Browne, bro. Hey, bro, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Ruiz, Jarrell Miller. I don't know, get some B+ fighters, even Derek Chisora. Oh yeah, y'all see Usyk, that nigga say he hurt, man. They say he might be pulling out his next fight with Chisora, man. I think he ducking him low key, bro.
Hell yeah, they waiting for that opportunity, man. They know they ain't no real heavyweight. They want that Joshua fight.
Yep.
You lose to Joshua, then you tell the public, "Oh, I ain't a real heavyweight. I'm gonna go back to cruiserweight."
Yep. But that's my call, man. I love what y'all doing, man. Can't wait to hear y'all tomorrow. Salute.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it.
If you look like that against Rydell Booker, you don't want to fight Derek.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, look, can't judge you on your last, but we judging you on your last. You know, it's up to you to do your thing. CYP, Boomerang.
Fuck that. I know Rydell and I know Derek. And I'm not saying Rydell's not good. I'm just saying Derek's better.
Well, Rydell got a new team, man. Hopefully he get an opportunity. We gotta get him back on. Boomerang, no Boomerang for you?
No, I got you. Man, I hope to God you sick ass don't pull no hurt on Chirosa. I hope to God.
With all the arguing we doing. It's already out.
God damn. Look, I just want everybody, especially L Dog, everybody to keep that energy the same way everybody else ducks. We got a situation where you could duck somebody strictly from getting sick. Remember, Wilder got sick, caught the flu, which everybody was catching. He ducked a press conference. Okay, so since Usyk getting hurt twice on two good competitors, let's call him a duck too. You understand that? I'm sick of this motherfucker. Like, take your ass back to cruiserweight. Barely make the 200 limit because you know you 220, 230 walking around. Keep doing that shit, man. Enjoy yourself down there in cruiserweight because you can't fuck with these boys. We know that. Ass Witherspoon, stop it, my man. All of a sudden you healthy as hell for Ass Witherspoon. But Takam and Chirosa, all of a sudden you got injuries, man. Stop that bullshit.
Wasn't he supposed to fight Gassiev at one point?
Man, come on, man.
That was Joey. Joey.
My bad, Rydell, because it's Chaz Witherspoon. That's even worse, bro. Like, come on, bro. Derek Chisora would beat the shit out of Usyk, man.
Yeah, and think about what Chirosa would have did to Witherspoon. Think what he would have did to Witherspoon. Come on, man. CYP out.
Yo, why you say his name like it's a steak or something? Chirosa. Yo, can I get some Chirosa at the Ponderosa? Yo, Chisora.
Man, shout out to the Ponderosa, man. Love the restaurant. Well, I don't know if they even open
exists anymore, right? That was back in the day. They used to have the best little chicken wings, right?
And the best little steak and shrimp. I'm telling you, nigga, that shit right there was fire.
All right, so I think we got Stunner. Talk to me, New Jersey.
Yo, it's good, Ness.
Morning.
Yeah, I'm at work right now, but check this out. So, wasn't it like a month or two ago that y'all had an episode when Usyk was like talking shit about Wilder, and here we are like a month or two later, this guy's ducking another real heavyweight fight, and everybody seems to be pretty understanding in that he's not a real heavyweight and he's just trying to get money from AJ and then go back to cruiserweight. All right, that's understood. Remember a month ago when you put out all those AJ episodes about AJ wanting Wilder? You know, oh yeah, I want Wilder next. And now here we are, the third week of February. He still has yet to announce his Pulev fight. So he wants Wilder to wait 3 months after beating Fury for him to then finish up with Pulev and then enter a negotiation with him. This is why I've been saying all year, this dude AJ is literally just trying to use Wilder's name all year to promote his fights. If you really wanted Wilder, why is he taking 2 months to schedule a fight we already know is next? That's my call, man.
Man, honestly,
all right,
bro,
Stunner.
Yeah. It started out like Carl started out clear. Then something happened, and then just like I guess when he went down like the Twilight Zone, like as you do.
Troy, Boomerang.
What's going on, Troy?
Yes, sir. Well, let me see. I heard that Usyk might be hurt. Okay, so that opens the door for Andy and Ortiz. You know, maybe he could get a fight with either one of those men. And stop embarrassing yourself by saying that I don't know the rules of boxing or history, because you know I do.
How does Usyk being hurt open up the door for Andy and Ortiz?
Because there's a fight available now with Chisora. It's just that simple. I mean, it's not rocket science. You know, what do you need me to explain?
Andy and Ortiz?
Yes, Andy or Andy Ortiz to go fight.
Ortiz. I thought you meant Andy versus Ortiz.
Nah, man, you get the wording, man. It's just one simple word that was out of place. It's just one simple word that was out of place. That's all. But I wouldn't mind if
that could mean a lot, nigga.
I wouldn't mind if he fought Ortiz. I actually would love to see him fight Ortiz. I would love it. That would, yeah, that'd be a big fight in the UK. That would be a big fight in the UK. I would like to see Andy fight him, but I'm more interested in him fighting Ortiz. But yeah, well, that's it, man. That's it. I ain't got no. Oh, Nestor, just real quick. All that stuff I was saying about the eye, it's not that I was saying he was being dirty, but he was obvious with it, which is what made it dirty. You got to be slick when you do stuff, because when I challenge you and you laughed about the 5
You ain't
minutes,
gotta be slick, bruh, because it ain't no rule you breaking. You can be as obvious as you want and get all us fans to think you a dog like he did, man. That's just how it went. That's everybody. I want to thank everybody for calling in. I think CYP, I owe you a last one, so take it away. All right, actually.
All right. I got you. Listen, man. I love y'all in the chat. I'm going to keep loving y'all. But all that continuous shit talking and agitating, man, look, it's Wilder Fury fight month. If you don't like him, if he ain't shit, he can't box, stop talking about him. It's getting weird. It's getting weird. Anyway, y'all know the slogan. You can't hear TBV without CYP in it. Great job, fellas. Great job. Do your thing. CYP officially out.
All right. NO Mastermind.
Oh, how my audio sound, man?
You perfect today.
I see, bro. I'm gonna be honest, though. I'm just hopping up. I was on a slab all night. You hear me? So I'm looking at I'm seeing something about Otto Wallin and what he talking shit like. What's up with that?
We had him on the show. We interviewed him, and we was just talking about his fight on March 28th on Showtime versus Lucas Browne. So that's just it.
All right. Lucas Browne, Lucas Browne in shape, bro. Anybody seeing footage of this dude?
Nah, man. Nah, we don't know. But
he could possibly still be pregnant then.
Maybe.
All right, bro. Hopefully he come in shape, bro, and hold a good account of himself. You know what I'm saying? But it's Wilder Fury fight week, bro. I'm saying
not
a lot of
not fight week.
I mean fight month. But I'm seeing a lot of people, bro, that used to be hating on Wilder. I mean, it still got the haters. Don't get me wrong, but I'm starting to see a lot of people like, if you can't beat them, join them attitude. I don't know if you saying that shit, Ness, but it's like,
Nah, I ain't saying that, but I'm a hope to see some of that February 22nd after the bell.
I'm saying,
I want to see how perception changes after that fight. That fight is very important for many reasons. A win over Fury changes a big portion of the perception of Wilder. If you can beat someone as skilled as Fury is perceived to be, it's gonna definitely help your legacy in the sport, and it's gonna change the minds of a lot of people. And if you don't do that, then
a win by knockout, bro. That's gonna be a lot of pressure on your man, bro. That's gonna be a lot of pressure on
how is
AJ.
that pressure when that's what he does every fight?
Yeah, but it's like that shit getting closer and closer to AJ, bro. He stressed Fury, bro. Man, they gonna have some people in the UK asking him a lot of questions after that, bro.
What you mean? You lost me.
Man, so if Wilder go out there and he smoke Fury, let's say he smoke him in the let's say the 5th round, he's smoking. You don't think Wilder might show up overseas, man? It's gonna be full court press. He gotta make that fight.
Not really. We got to see Wilder's attitude after the win. I'm telling you, man, Wilder, he's been on his own path for a while. We don't know if his attention is going to turn to AJ. We have to see. That's what everyone, questions, right? Like, does he want to fight AJ? Is he going to fight AJ? Right now, the camp ain't even talking AJ. All the focus is on Wilder and Fury. And once that's done, we got to see. But we got to also remember the win has to be dramatic and devastating enough for Fury not to activate the rematch. So I don't think we're going to hear anything about AJ Wilder until we are 1,000% sure of what's taking place with Fury and Wilder. Coyote, Boomerang, talk to me.
So, just wanted to say on this whole thing about Usyk and his injury, it's a bit of a shame, really, because I was really looking forward to seeing what he does in the heavyweight division. But let's see if he can still get the Chisora fight. I think that fight would be a good fight to see where he's at, and I think Chisora will give him a lot of problems, really. So it's a fight that Chisora can actually win. The only other thing I would say is, what's the name of that guy? Stunner. As usual, a deluded Wilder fan who just spits out rubbish like a lot of the Wilder fan girls. It's ridiculous what these people come up with every now and then. Just look. Next, I want to ask you, if Fury knocks out Wilder, what the Wilder fan girls going to say?
Rematch. Same thing the AJ fangirl said when fucking Ruiz knocked him out. Rematch. 2-time. That's what we gonna say. Okay. We gonna say 2-time.
That's a good one. Listen, if Fury knocks out Wilder, I'm gonna be on this show. I'm gonna clown all you Wilder fangirls. Yeah,
And you would be you would be within your right. You would be you would be within your right because we clowned the fuck out of AJ, bruh. You know what I'm saying? We did. So listen, why you think this fight is so important to me? This fight is pivotal right here. Like I need this fight like I need to breathe on that Saturday. Okay? Yeah, I want a magnificent fight. I want a magnificent performance, but I want bragging rights. You know,
I don't want no magnificent fight. I want a motherfucking first round knockout KO.
Well,
I'll be happy with that.
Okay, I mean, for me, as long as the fight is good and I get bragging rights, I want them bragging rights. I want my champ to allow me to talk that shit. The way that Ruiz let me talk that shit felt so good. Ruiz made me feel so good. I mean, bro, even the numbers was amazing. Like, they were so mad. They came out every day to pout. And I was in love. And that wasn't even my guy. That's why it was like, oh, shit, for real? Because that's not my guy. That's not my... How Tony Harris is... It's not my guy. My guy is the one I would send to do battle versus anyone. That's my guy. That's my guy. So, oh man, this one would be so much sweeter. So much sweeter. Listen, I asked him that question. I got to put out that interview with Wilder too because I said that to him. I said, yo, what's more important to you? Like, in terms of legacy in your career, like, do you think that the Fury fight is going to be, you know, that point in your career with a legacy star or whatever, and he don't think he for him is you're right. Nah, man, we out though. We be back with another one. Give us a few, and we be back. But yeah, Trent, you can get mad all you want with your paws. Nah, I felt so good, bro. I don't give a fuck. Fury, Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, that shit was amazing, bro. Cause it was so unexpected for me. So I get what Coyote's saying. If he sees the knockouts, you are a Wilder, detractor. So you will be happy. Like, cause I was sitting there with boxing fan. I mean, Mike was right there. I'm like, man, come on, bro. Fucking Ruiz, man. Oh shit! Oh my God! I couldn't believe it. I could not, man. Yo, and then I bought the story, man. The Kool-Aid, I was drowning in Kool-Aid. All that Andy Ruiz, I believed all in him, bro. He became.
You were seeing him everywhere. Jimmy Kimmel, Joe Rogan, wherever Andy was a star.
Man, it's just because I pray for an opportunity for TBV, man. I can't see myself getting one and shit in the bed, man. I don't understand how he did that, man. You know, that shit still bothers me so much. It bothers everyone too. People are so disappointed in him. I mean, it was Andy Rick. Oh man, I'm disappointed. Andy Rick. Oh man, he came in the way. No interview about him starts any different. It's crazy, bro. He needs to wash that shit off. He need a baptism. He need to wash that shit off. He need to be dipped and get rid of that bad feng shui, man. Cause what the fuck he was thinking, I don't know. Like, difficult, man. Whatever. I'm talking too much. Ness GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Peace.
Peace.